Hello and welcome back. My name is Roz and I will be your hostess throughout this adventure. So we are all about encouraging and empowering women to be more here. More of who they are, who they're meant to be, who they want to be. If any of that interests you, hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. So today we're going to talk about success and why it seems so hard, so difficult to achieve it. It's like we're always sitting on the sidelines and we're just watching other people succeed or reach their dreams, and we just sit there. So why can't we? Why can't we succeed and reach our dreams? So as with other questions I ask myself, which, yes, I ask myself questions. So I sat down to think about my own life and come up with a list of 15 reasons it's difficult to succeed at different things. Just this morning, I used a few of these. These several things have helped me throughout the years, so hopefully some of them will help you. So let's get started. Number one, we plan but never actually start. We seem to put so much time and energy into planning that by the time we're done with that, we're pooped out. We just have no more energy left for the task that we have to do to succeed, to reach our goals. Another part of that is maybe our plan is too overwhelming or too overreaching. We're setting impossible goals and time frames even. The thing with making a plan is to make it simple. Make it simple. Don't put all your energy into it, but also make smaller goals on the way to reaching that ultimate goal. And then you'll have your success. It's less stress and less overwhelming on us to make smaller goals. Helping you out on planning is easy. Check out our video on how to stick to a plan. I'll try to link it below. Number two, time management. Oh my gosh. This is one of my biggest failings is time management. I'm very bad at it. And being bad at time management is a definite roadblock to success. It's a definite roadblock. But you know what? It has an easy fix, you would think. But it has an easy fix. It's plan out your day, your week. Or try doing the hard, the boring, the dreadful stuff first and get it out of the way. So the rest is much easier and pleasant. I say it's easy, but I am the worst at time management. I do make the plan, but for me, I don't know. I just walk all over the plan. It's horrible, but it does work when I stick to it. So being bad at time management, this could be a problem. Number three, too many distractions. We are so distracted throughout our days. It's crazy. The TV's on, the kids are fighting, the dog needs to go outside. Sometimes we just have to block it out. You have to find a time and a place to go. Even if it's outside or locked in a room, soundproof would be best, but we gotta cut the distractions. Also, there could be too many other things on your mind. You're sitting there trying to do the work you need to, but running through your mind is, oh, I got the dishes sitting in the sink. I need to play with the kids, take the dog out. Whatever it is, we have to just block these things out because without working on the work, we're not going to get ahead. We have to start blocking the distractions out or cutting them down. Doing all those things that are running through your mind, do them before you even sit down to do the other. That's one fix. Number four is what I call the but first path. This is the path that just goes around in a big circle. It just goes around and around. For instance, I need a job, but I need a car to get to the job, but I need a job to get a car. Okay, this is a big circle. And you know what? That's just a one for instance. We do this with so many other different things, but it's a myth. It's a little lie that we tell ourselves no matter what it's about, because there's always a way. There's always a way to do something. So find it. Find it. Be creative. There's always a way around this path. Take another. Number 5, Love it or lose it. I call it this because when our heart isn't in something, it's so easy to give it up. It's so easy. And if we can't get past this, if you can't get past this, then maybe you're trying to succeed at the wrong thing. But there's also a saying about pretending to love something until you do. Believe it or not, this can actually work. It could. It can. It does. Forcing yourself to do something over and over while you do it well, it'll boost your self-confidence, which in turn makes you like the feeling. Hence, you start to love it. Because when you do something well, that is a big boost to our self-confidence. It's a big boost. Number 6, fear of failure. Fear of failing, that's a big one because it can be so hard to bounce back from failing. But you know what? Failing is part of life. It's part of living and part of growing. We are all afraid of failure to a degree. Instead of fearing failure, maybe it's time to change your perspective just a little. Maybe start asking yourself, how can I learn from failure? How can I learn from this? And how can I get a little creative while I do it? Don't let failure hold you back from your success, from your dreams. Just work around it a little. Number 7, waiting for opportunities instead of making them. Oh, I can't tell you the number of times I've heard, yeah, I'm working, I have a good job, but I'm waiting for something better to come along. Okay, well, keep waiting. 9 times out of 10, nothing is going to fall in your lap. Nothing just falls in your lap. Why are you waiting for something? Why? Why would you rather wait on something instead of going after it? And one of my biggest pet peeves is waiting on people, on things. I hate waiting. I hate waiting. I hate waiting as much as I love lists. So go make something happen. Stop waiting. And I don't mean just go running around willy-nilly or grabbing people off the street. Use your plan. Go make something happen. So for instance, if you're afraid of talking to people though, work around it. Find another way, but make it happen. Go find the opportunities. Don't wait for them. Number 8, do you really want it? Okay, if you really want it, why don't you have it? You have to look at it and ask yourself, is what you're trying to be successful at really something you want? And how bad do you want it? Because if it is something you want and you want it bad, why don't you have it yet? I mean, this is where you have to really be honest with yourself. Do you really want it? And if so, why don't you have it? It's a good question. Number 9, working hard at the wrong things. Some of us are guilty at this. Sometimes I can be guilty at this. Of course, I'm guilty at all these, which is how the list came about. But anyway, so working hard at the wrong thing. Take you're wanting that promotion. Okay, so you're out there, you're schmoozing the boss, you're being everybody's friend, but you're actually neglecting the work needed to get the job. You're working hard at one thing or at the wrong thing, and you're not looking at the big picture. So maybe a little balance. Do the schmoozing because schmoozing, networking, it doesn't hurt, it helps. But don't forget the work. So don't work hard at the wrong things or work hard at just one thing. Number 10, playing the blame game. I hear it all the time, and I'm guilty of it, but I hear so many people make themselves a victim. They self-victimize. I don't even know if that's a word, but they do. They play the victim. We play the victim. We play the victim. For example, oh, the boss likes my coworker better. That's why I didn't get the promotion. Or I have 2 children, so I don't have time to do all this. Or the cat ate my proposal. Okay, they're all excuses. They were all excuses. It's time for a little personal responsibility. So take some. We will never get anywhere good in life until we take personal responsibility for ourselves and our actions. Whining is not spelled W-I-N-N-I-N-G. It's not. So stop being a victim and start being a winner. Number 11, we listen to negativity. The negative is always so much easier to believe than the positive. Always. And also, being around negative people and situations, it's draining, stressful, and usually what you hear is not true. So stop listening to the negativity and stop surrounding yourself with the negativity. Surround yourself with only positive. If there are people in your life that are always negative, just do a little avoidance, some hiding, whatever you have to do, some la 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 when they're around. Whatever you have to do, just try to stay away from the negativity. Number 12, can't take criticism. Ugh. For me, taking criticism is so hard because I tend to get defensive. Because doing anything and being proud of it and excited takes a nosedive when you hear others critique it. It does. When they're tearing it apart, it's like your insides and your pride are just crumbling to dust right in front of you. And it's a horrible feeling, but we have got to learn to take constructive criticism. Now, I'm not talking about when just negativity, oh, this sucks, blah, 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 blah. Oh, why did you even do this? How can you show somebody this paper? That's not criticism. That's just negative and mean. I'm talking about constructive criticism, like, okay, maybe you could change this a little bit by doing something. Okay, constructive criticism, when someone's actually trying to be helpful. But no matter what, it's so hard to hear that we did something wrong or not completely right. And I think it has a lot to do with our self-esteem and our self-doubt. Thing we got to do is stop taking things personally. It's hard. We have to stop and think about the merit of the criticism. And if it's needed, then heed it. Listen to the criticism, the critique, and adjust what you need to adjust. Stop taking it personally. Number 13, no role model. Not only is having a role model vital as a child, it's also important throughout our life. We have role models for so many things. Even without thinking about it, we have them. For example, a parent, a teacher who awoke something in us on our way to figuring out who we are, a manager, a boss. Like I had one manager, Darla, who showed me what a manager actually was. She showed me by not being afraid to get her hands dirty, by knowing every job under her. She was, oh my gosh, she was amazing. And to me, that says manager now. She was a role model. So if we have role models for other things in our life, why don't we have a role model for our journey to our success? They're not too hard to find. Start looking. There's a lot of magazines out there. Read Forbes, read Entrepreneur. Just do some research and find a good role model. Now, 14, trying to imitate others' journeys to success. So when you do find that role model, don't try to be exactly like them. Don't try to do what they've done to hit their success. We're all different. We're all different. And what works for one person is probably not going to work the same for another person. We're different people with different personalities and circumstances. You can admire them and look up to them. You can accept advice, but achieve the success you want, not theirs. Make your own journey. And number 15, we want instant gratification. Oh my goodness, in today's society, we are inundated with instant gratification. Example, we have so much information and data right at our fingertips with the internet, our cell phones, computers. All we have to do is boom, there's information. It's instant gratification. But you know what? Not everything happens that way. We have to come to understand that we're not going to get instant gratification on the way to our success. It just doesn't happen at a snap. Success is more of a journey, not a jump. But if you need some instant gratification, set smaller goals on the way to your bigger goal. That way you have those feelings of accomplishment, of the gratification, but you're not going to get instant gratification of wake up in the morning and boom, I'm a success. It's not going to happen. We have to exert a lot of patience on the road to our success because instant gratification is not going to happen. So those are things that have kept me from moving forward and the different ways that I've dealt with each of them. I mean, just this morning, I did have to use a few of these as I sat down to do my daily planning and everything. The time management, like I said, is a big one for me. It's a big one. So what are some of the difficulties that have kept you from your successes and how have you dealt with them? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And remember, never stop striving forward.